Hello students, welcome back to the online class. So in the earlier video regarding the topic chapter 10 wave optics, we began to discuss about the introduction. So different types of discoveries, later on different theories which is given by different scientists we have discussed, and apart from that some concepts like wave, like how it is being explained initially, like Huygens wave theory. Okay, so along with that, what is wavefront, different types of wavefront we discussed, and using the principles of Huygens wave theory, we have done listed out the principle initially. Then we have done one important 3-mark derivation where we are proving the Snell's law by using Huygens wave theory. So today what we do is we will just continuing the topic, that is Snell's law we have done. Right now you can see here the question I have myself here written here on the board. Using Huygens wave theory of light, show that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So Snell's law we have proved, and right now almost we can say like law of reflection also we are going to prove. Like what? Using the light as wave, having particular wavefront like that. So diagram is very simple here. You can see as the diagram takes slightly extra time in order to draw. I already have drawn here. You can see it's very simple to understand. So there is XY reflecting surface is present. So a plane wavefront. You can see a plane wavefront. Two rays I have taken, right? So what is this? They are parallel to each other. So when they are parallel to each other means what type of wavefront is that? This is nothing but a plane wavefront. So this particular plane wavefront of light, when it is incident on the surface XY, of course reflection takes place, which is a wavefront which represents that it is a plane wavefront is, you can see AB. So AB represents what? Plane wavefront, a straight line which is in between the two rays what we have represented here. So after that what happens? So ray of light from here at A is incident with an angle of incidence is I. That undergoes the that is reflection. We know angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection, that is of one ray. Okay. So fine, it goes in this way. The one more ray which was there parallel to this also undergoes reflection at point C. Now compared to the first ray, the second ray has to travel slightly extra distance, that is BC, correct? Extra distance BC it has traveled. So that distance we can say velocity into time also, am I right? Okay, so BC I have taken as V into T. After that what happens? Reflection takes place. I have taken angle of incidence for the first rays. Reflection I have measured in case of second ray. Look at here, angle of reflection. Okay, that means angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. Fine. Then what you are supposed to do is here the wavefront of reflection I have drawn here DC. So DC also the wavefront, plane wavefront, which is represented in the post reflection of the light rays. How to draw is BC measurement we have to take. Keeping at A, what we do is we will mark a arc on the ray. I repeat, taking BC as the length, what we do is we will mark an arc like this on the reflected ray. At the point of this, a tangent we will draw. So tangent. So slightly I will just now we can understand easily, I think. Yes. So that tangent, when it is drawn, it is nothing but 90 degree. And now you can see here there are two triangles. That is triangle ABC is equal to how much? 90 degree. And one more triangle is there. right angle triangle, angle of that is how much? CDA or ADC also you can write. ADC, angle ADC also equal to 90 degree, correct? Have a look. So this is what we can observe initially. And after this, after we draw the arc, then what we do here is we compare this. What is that? DA is nothing but the measurement which is taken by BC, right? So also we can say that DA or AD is equal to BC, is equal to V into T. So these are the observations which is done by looking at the diagram, ray diagrams. So now we have to compare these two. Compare in the sense, we will just look at the angles which are subtended. By looking at this, we can come across one of the statement that these triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ADC are congruent. That means they are congruent triangles. So when they possess the same properties, here the first ray, angle of incidence, after that here angle of reflection of the second one, so they have to be one and the same. Why? Because these two right angle triangles what we got by the help of the wavefront, plane wavefront, they are nothing but it is congruent. Since triangle ABC and ADC are congruent, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, so this is the explanation. So hope this is very simple for you, and it's actually asked in different examination, maybe for 2 or 3 marks also this can be asked. Okay, so question is, using Huygens wave theory, what you are supposed to do? Show that angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Derive Snell's law we have done already in the previous video class. So now what we do, we require a surface where light ray will reflect. So we take what? A plane wavefront we take first, and later on the plane wavefront, what is assumed here, will be incident on the surface. We take them as the two individual, light rays. First will undergo reflection, and along with the plane wavefront BA is the plane wavefront which shows the characteristic. We use the basic maths here and we can show that the angle subtended here should be equivalent to which one? Should be equivalent to angle of incidence. And what about here? The ray of light undergoes reflection. Here also it should be one and the same. And later on we will take the distance BC and mark and point at A, and then we draw a arc. And for the arc what we do? We will draw a tangent DC. Okay? In that way you have to write down. Understanding, right? So then what happens here? When you start comparing, DA will be equivalent to BC will be equal to, we just writing distance equal to velocity in time. That form I have written here, which is the same methodology is used in which one? The previous deriving Snell's law. There also this diagram is almost one and the same. Okay, same kind of steps we have followed there. Then what we do? We compare we check the similarities between the two triangles. So we came to know that ABC equal to 90 degree, ADC is also equal to 90 degree. That means the triangle ABC and triangle ADC are congruent. So as they are congruent triangles, angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. That means the angle possessing here as well as angle possessing here, this and this, is one and the same. So that is what it is explained here. By this we can conclude that angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection by using Huygens principle. Okay, so hope you understood this. So how to start? Consider a XY plane where ray of light will reflect, and a plane wavefront is made to incident on the surface xy and undergoes reflection, then let BA be the what? Plane wavefront. And after that, next what we have to do, let BC be the, what is that? Further, it has to travel, which one? The second ray have to travel further BC distance in order to undergo reflection, right? So BC equal to velocity into time we have taken. And later on, by taking BC as a distance, we keep A as a point and draw an arc. And for the arc, we will draw the tangent from C. So now, angle ABC is 90 degree, angle ADC also equal to 90 degree. And by comparing the similarities between the triangle ABC and triangle ADC are congruent. So hence we can conclude that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So this is the derivation. Okay. Hope it is visible for you. Okay, diagram. Have a look. Okay. Fine. So that is all about the derivation regarding the show that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection by using Huygens principle. So easy small derivation it is, and very very important also. Okay. Yes. Hope this is clear. So I will erase this. So next what we do is, we have proved, right? That means Huygens principle is acceptable to a certain extent. It is actually able to prove Snell's law. Along with that, it is also able to prove what? Angle of incidence. That means law of reflection also it is able to prove. So next what we do is, we will be using some optical medium and we make the plane wavefront of light to be incident on that. And by comparing that, by understanding the nature of light which exhibits convergence, divergence, all those things we have discussed, right, in the previous optics concept. So same thing we are going to see here in plane wavefront form how it looks. Okay, so what I do is I will write the, so in examination also it is important. So draw the diagram indicating, draw the diagram indicating propagation of wavefront, indicating propagation of wavefront. Okay. So draw the diagram indicating the propagation of wavefront. Where it propagates, let us see. Okay. Hope you can see clearly. Yes. So first what I do is, first optical medium I will take, that is propagation through prism. So in the earlier chapter we discussed about prism, light ray and all, just by considering rays of light. Here also rays of light, but along with that we will be just representing the plane wavefront. So let us see what happens. So a prism I will take. Okay. So it's a prism. So base of the prism, partially opaque it is. So now rays of light. Like this, I will take plane wave front, so parallel beam of light. Okay, parallel beam of light is incident on the prism. Now if you represent what? Plane wave front. At this particular position, how will be the wave front? Exactly straight. Am I right? So this will be the wave front, which will be perpendicular to that. Like this. See? So this is AB. Let us take. After undergoing refraction, the rays of light, how it goes. As it is a prism, there will be some change of direction of light takes place. Correct? So like this. So rays of light has changed its path because of the prism. Now where will be the plane wave front? Yes, soon after refraction, we can see here. See, I will take, this is the secondary wave front, A dash, B dash. So this is how light, when you take wave theory as a concept and check the diagram, how the wavefront will look when it undergoes refraction through prism or mirror or some other kind of, optical instruments. Okay, so check the diagram. Hope you can see very clearly. So AB is the primary wavefront, A dash B dash can be considered as secondary wavefront. Okay? Yes. So next, let us move on to the next optical medium. Let me go for lens. Okay, here itself I will draw. This one is over, right? Second one, propagation through convex lens. So propagation through convex lens. So convex lens I will draw here. Okay, it's a lens by convex lens. Yes. Next, plane wavefront means, of course, that is parallel rays of light. A ray of light goes undeviated to the principal axis. and rest of the rays you know, right? Undergoes convergence. Here also one more I will take. How the rays of light will behave, let us see. We know converging takes place here. Correct. Here also. Like this. So rays of light, one is undividedly, it will move like this. So this is what we have learned. In which one? In the ray optics concept. Correct. So next what else we do here is, we will be showing the wavefronts. So primary wavefront I will take. Before entering the lens, a plane wavefront it was. Correct. You can see A, B, primary wavefront. Correct. So when the rays of light, primary wavefront is incident on the convex converging lens, means what happens? There will be a light refraction takes place. So now the second one, whether the same length, this one will be there? No, it's actually bending, right? So now what happens is wavefront will be bent like this. See, straight it is made to bend because of the lens, optical medium. So this is secondary wavefront, A dash, B dash. So that is how in case of convex lens or converging lens we can understand the rays of light. That means wave theory, how it behaves in optical instruments. So that is what the diagram is. So A dash B dash is the secondary wavefront soon after the refraction of light to the optical medium, that is by convex lens. So AB is a plane wavefront. Okay, hope it's clear for you. Okay, fine. Yes, that is about propagation of light. That means wave we usually say, no, in Huygens principle, through the convex lens. So let us move on to the next one. One more type of lens is there. What is that? Yes, concave. Correct. So let us go for concave lens. It is third one. Here I will do. So propagation light through concave or propagation through concave lens also, it's enough. Light means, of course, we know light is itself, it is going here. Correct. So next lens diagram will do. So concave lens here, yes. So it's a concave lens now, biconcave lens. Both side it has got curvature. Now parallel ray of light will be incident on this ray of light which passes through the optic center will pass undeviated, you know already. Correct? Like this. Yes. So next what happens? We know that after this there will be divergence of light. Correct? So divergence of light takes place. I'll redraw. So light ray will undergo divergence here. Yes, like this. So this is what we know. In case of which one? Concave lens. We know it diverges the light. Correct. So next, let us draw the plane wavefront here. So initially before undergoing refraction, we have the primary wavefront we take. Okay. This acts as primary wavefront AB. So now what's happening here? Divergence is taking place. That means it's getting like this. A dash. In lens, that means convex lens and concave lens, there is a slight difference in the direction of bending of the plane wavefront. Okay. So here diverging. So plane wavefront AB will have a shape like this, A dash, B dash. So that is how we can understand which one. Yes, that is propagation of light wave through the concave lens. When plane wavefront is incident on which one? That is concave lens. You can see how the divergence takes place. Correct? So that is the diagram. Okay? Yes. Let us go for the next one. Let us move on to the mirror concept. That means propagation of same light wave, that is plane wavefront. When it is incident on mirror, what happens? Let us see. Okay. So I will draw here. Two types of mirrors are there, concave and convex mirror. So it is fourth diagram. Draw all the diagram neatly, okay? Propagation of light wave through concave mirror.